Substance Abuse and Family Dynamics by Neysha Small, Counseling 851, Dr. Minix, Texas Southern University, Fall 2013. As a high school counselor who is familiar with mandatory placement in an alternative school due to substance abuse, my presentation will inform both students and parents of substance abuse and family dynamics. Families as a system. The family is not just a collection of individuals. It is a whole larger than a sum of its parts. A family system is a group of related people consisting of parents and children. It is a setup in which every member has a role to play and respect. The relationship agreements in a family system dictate how people respond to each other. Family disease. Substance abuse affects the entire family. No one member escapes the effect of a substance abuser in the home, which makes substance abuse a family disease. The need for the substance puts a strain on financial resources, and the effects of the substance can threaten long-term employment. The increased stress level in the home can lead to arguing and hostility, verbal, physical, and even sexual abuse, and the overall chaos for the family. The pandemonium in the home leads to anxiety, confusion, and conflict in the children who live there. Children with parents or other siblings that are alcoholics or drug users are at a greater risk of developing a substance use disorder. Family roles. The dependent, enabler, mascot, hero, lost child, scapegoat. These are all roles that family members take on when they are in a family dealing with substance abuse. These roles are uncomfortable and confusing to anyone in them. It is possible for children to switch roles or for one person to assume more than one role at a time. The first role, the dependent. In the alcoholic home, it is the drinker. In a dysfunctional home, it may be the angry one, the stern disciplinarian, or the unloving and rigidly religious one. This is the addict, guys. They typically are angry, charming, aggressive, grandiose, righteous, rigid, and perfectionist. Their job description in the family, they're the aggressive, manipulative, perfectionist. The baggage they carry fear, pain, shame, guilt, unhealthy and irresponsible behavior. The relief, they're relieved with therapy, skill building, and support from a sponsor. The enabler, this person is closest to the dependent. They enable their behavior to continue out of love, loyal, shame, and fear. Their job description, they're responsible for the alcoholic or drug user. They compensate for the alcoholic's loss of power. They're a caretaker, family protector, and they help the family provide resources. They carry baggage such as anger, martyrdom, and their self-righteousness. The relief, they are relieved when they receive positive adult connections and validation of self-worth. At times they're powerless, self-pities, self-blames, serious, fragile, manipulative, and super responsible. The hero, This is usually the oldest child. They learn that they can help the family most by being very, very good. The enabler leans heavily on them for support, and the mascot tags on them for attention. Their job description: they're a perfectionist, excellent student, overachiever. They make the family look good, and they follow all the rules. The baggage they carry around guilt, hurt, and inadequacy. They receive relief when they receive permission to make mistakes and not to be perfect. Opportunities to play and opportunities to express feelings and needs. Scapegoat. This is usually the second child. They can't compete with the hero. They're attracted to peers who are in negative environments typically. Their description: they're the problem child. They accept blame for family problems. They seek approval outside family, provide distraction and focus to family. They're aggressive and they possess behavioral problems typically. They carry around anger, hurt, rejection, and jealousy. They receive relief when they receive permission to be successful, supportive, and structure and consistency. They strongly value peers. They withdrawn, unplanned pregnancy, sullen, they act out, and they're defiant. The lost child. Usually this is the third child. They handle the chaos by withdrawing. They don't feel close to parents or siblings. They're passive, and they're never sure where they fit. They may get lost in alcohol and drug abuse. Their job description: they're the forgotten child, the dreamer. They attach to things, not people. Solitary, antisocial. They're typically artistic, and they provide relief to the family. They carry around rejection, invisibility, anxiety. They're typically depressed and suicidal. Relief: they strive for positive attention, encouragement to take chances, and to feel connected to other people. They're typically withdrawn, aloof, possess an eating disorder, quiet, distant, rejects, and they're super independent. Mascot. This is usually the youngest child. They're witty, humorous. They're the family clown. Their task is to help the family relax. They may be hyperactive. Their primary emotion is fear. Their job description: they're typically the family clown. They're super cute. They're hyperactive. They possess no honest communication. They're manipulative. They carry around fear and insecurity. They want to be taken seriously though. They want to be taken seriously, and they want to hear that their opinions count. They also want support and validation of their feelings. They're typically humorous, hyperactive, fragile, clown. They're always attention seeking, and they thrive on being super cute. Along with family roles, you have family rules. In an alcoholic, addict family system, there is the no talk, no feel, no trust rule. Talking may cause more problems. Trusting usually leads to disappointment, and feeling is just too painful. Recovery resources. There are 3 different types of recovery resources we're going to discuss. First, residential program. Residential program is an extensive 24-hour support to develop sobriety and encourage new patterns of social relationships, self-awareness, and personal development. It's typically a 30-day program. Residential programs also provide aftercare, which helps manage the tendency to relapse. The outpatient program. This is an individual and/or group counseling to individuals who do not require or who no longer require a residential program. The advantages of outpatient program. This person is able to continue with his or her job and home life with little interruption. The outpatient program is cheaper than a residential program. The third recovery resource is Alcohol Anonymous. This is among one of the first methods to be successful in assisting large numbers of alcoholics to recovery. They provide ongoing fellowship and support for sobriety. Their success is based on the idea that every member is a resource for every other member. Their founding members discovered that helping each other remain sober was one of the best ways they had to remain abstinent themselves. What does recovery look like? Recovery looks like the end of isolation and connect by joining an educational or support group. Education as addiction and the family. Education on addiction and the family. This is understanding how addiction affects the affected person and the family. Number 3, learn communication skills. Active addiction destroys a family's communication. Number 4, detachment and responsibility. The family has to learn to detach from the love and focus on assuming the responsibility. Stop old behaviors. Our old ways of enabling, denial, blaming, and minimizing the problem are ineffective and contribute to the problem, not the solution. Number 6, encourage the children. As a parent, you play a critical role in providing support and protection for the children. Build on resilience. Use the recovery process as a means to rebuild your personal and family strengths. Engage in personal and family activities, one that is healthy. Understand and prepare for relapse. Family recovery is a reality for millions of Americans today, and the hope, health, and healing of family recovery has become the most powerful way to break the intergenerational cycle of alcoholism and addiction in the family. Family recovery. It is important to note that while the drug addict must recover from their substance abuse, their entire family has to recover from that person's addiction as well. The family roles, the mascot, the scapegoat, etc., they have to be dropped during recovery. This is crucial for the addict's continued recovery. Family therapy is needed. It's needed to allow the addicted family member to return to a different environment and function properly in the system. Family therapy typically promotes clear communication, consistent parenting, development of the subsystem unit, development of attitudes and skills that would lead to independent living. Al-Anon and Alateen. This is a recovery program for spouse, friends, and relatives of substance abusers. The main purpose is not to sober up friends, a lover, a parent, child, or spouse, but to free the codependent from their own destructive behaviors. The effects on children. Children of alcoholic or drug abusing parents are at greater risk for neglect and abuse than are so-called normal children. More likely to become substance abusers are to socialize and or marry substance abusers. The children are at high risk of having emotional and social adjustment problems such as aggression, hyperactivity, relationship conflicts, depression, underachievement, or poor school performance. school absenteeism, and school dropout. Get help, get sober. All of this information listed here will be provided for you in your packet upon leaving the premises. This information you have listed here: 24 hours, 7 days a week, drug and alcohol rehab referral services. You have an 800 number for a 24-hour alcohol abuse recovery hotline. Again, this information will be provided for you. Get help, get sober. Thank you.